takes to get there. No, I won't drop you like everybody else does. Forget about your friends, they don't care where we go. If they do, we'll get lost in a crowd of people. I've been looking for you forever, baby. We go together, baby. We go. In this crazy world of choices, I've only got a few. Either you're coming with me, or I'm coming with you. 'Cause I finally found you. I finally found you. You never have to worry if what I say is true. Girl, I've been looking for you. And when I saw you, I knew that I finally found you. I finally found you.
Iskayuba Remix.
Selamat datang dan salam jumpa dari dunia musik bersama saya Miss Popular Remix Production.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another round of UR TikTalk. Today we have a very special session today, and welcome to all the viewers. Thank you for spending your time with me and spending your time with our speakers today. As usual, welcome. We're going to spend the next 60 minutes together, 1 hour together. So please grab a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, have some biscuits, enjoy yourself. And also, if you have any comments or any suggestions or any questions, please type below wherever you are, whether you are on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook. And since you're on Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, please subscribe to our channel and like this session today. So let us get on to the session. The title for today's session is very exciting. It's Developing Business Professionals at UNIRAZAK. And to talk more about this topic, of course, we have business professionals who will share with us this very exciting topic. So let us share. We have three speakers with us, and the first speaker today is Assistant Professor Dr. Noseha Ayub. Dr. Seha, hi, how are you?
Hi.
Okay, so let me introduce Dr. Seha a little bit. Dr. Seha is the Deputy Dean of Bank Rakyat School of Business and Entrepreneurship here at UNIRAZAK. And she has been teaching for more than 10 years and she holds an MBA in corporate entrepreneurship and a PhD in social innovation. So she's definitely an expert in her field. And she has also been involved in substantial projects such as Global Entrepreneurship, Monitor GEM, Global Entrepreneurship Monitor or GEM, Successful Transgenerational Entrepreneurship Practices or SCP, and also the Babson Symposium for Entrepreneurship Educator. And she advises students and she mentors students for the One Malaysia Young Entrepreneur Challenge. She also mentors them in the Free Enterprise and the DG's Challenge for the change competition. And Dr. Seha is also published in several peer-reviewed journals. So we look forward to your input and your sharing today. Welcome, Dr.
Sure.
Seha.
Thank you.
And thank you. And our second speaker, we have Assistant Professor Noor Khalida Abu. Welcome, Prof. Khalida. How are you today?
Thank you. Thank you, Tara. Assalamualaikum to listeners.
Thank you. All right, let me introduce you a little bit to our listeners and our viewers. Prof. Khalida, she is the Assistant Professor of Marketing at the same school with Dr. Seha, which is the Bank Rakyat School of Business and Entrepreneurship. And she is the co-author of the Principle of Marketing and Marketing Management Oxford Revision series books for the Oxford University Press since 2009, a published author. And both books are sold in Malaysia and other countries such as Singapore, Indonesia, China, Pakistan, and India. And Prof. Khalida, her research area interests are service innovation, Gen Y, service quality, retailing, and teaching and learning. So before teaching in UNIRAZA, Prof. Khalida has also hands-on experience, working with wait, let me see here. Yeah, she has taught economics and business courses to scholars of Northern Consortium of United Kingdom and the British Consortium of Higher Education. So she has worked as a research fellow in MIMOS and also planning development executive for a retail chain. So welcome again, Prof. We are really excited to hear your point of view. And our third speaker today is Mr. Muhammad Mukmin Said. Mukmin, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yes. Okay. So, Mukmin here, or Mr. Mukmin, he is a student. He's our current student at UNIRAZA. He is currently doing his Bachelor of Business Administration and at your third semester. So, congratulations on your journey so far.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's get on to the topic. And our topic today is a very interesting topic. It's about developing business professionals here at UNIRAZA. Or we can also look at the main agenda here, which is about developing business professional and preparing them for a career, preparing them to step into the working world. So a business degree is definitely a great way to develop many of the transferable skills and professional recognitions that are in demand by the market. And almost all of the universities in Malaysia offer some form of business degree to choose from. And it is also but it is very important that students know how to choose and try to evaluate and pick the right program for them, because the program that they're going to study and the journey that they're going to go through will definitely shape them and craft a professional pathway for them, in their future. And today, as we speak about developing business professionals at UNIRAZA, we are definitely looking and seeing how can we get an inside look at students' minds, and also how can we challenge them and craft them so that they can take on the business world. So maybe we can go on to the first question here. First question will go to Dr. Seha. Dr. Seha, are you okay today with us?
Sure.
Okay, all right. So the first question we want to know is, first of all, what does it mean by developing business professional in today's context, right? In today's context means in the 21st century and also in the year 2020. And why is this important for students to know and to learn? What is it? What does it mean by developing business professionals? Dr. Seha?
Okay, thanks, Tara, for the questions. So first of all, I think I would like to define what is meant by business professional. So what we meant by developing business professional during student's life and university life is that how the student should portray professionalism once they graduate or maybe even before they graduate. So professionalism here means that the student should develop the attitudes, they should develop the capabilities, they should develop the qualities necessary to become an effective professional in whatever field that they are going to choose later on. So all of this can actually be made up, from the appearance, the way they dress up, the way they wear their dress, their pants. So the way they communicate, the way they behave, and how they open to grow themselves to become a better persons or better individuals. So for me, professionalism can be learned through observing others and through personal experiences. Even during their study, I think they have to do like individual assignments. The student have to do group assignments. They have to do the presentations. They have to undertake charity program, or maybe they have to undertake any projects. So all of this, I believe, would actually improve the students to become a good business professionals. And then the second questions, you were asking about like why these are important to our potential student. Of course, I think they are going to get a job later on, which is it will provide them with new challenges and new opportunities. So if they are committed with what they are doing during their university life, I'm sure they will succeed once they enter into their career world. So I believe both are very important: the qualities, the way they carry themselves, as well as their qualifications. So the way they carry themselves is actually a representation of what they are capable of. So I think it is more about themselves as a person and how they fulfill and shape a particular role. And if, for example, if they are being employed as a sales manager, I think they really take up the role.
Oh dear, we seem to have a slight technical issue. Dr. Seha is stuck at the moment. That's okay. Just now she was sharing with us. Dr. Seha, are you back with us? No, it's okay. All right. So let me just continue first. Dr. Seha was sharing with us what does it mean by developing business professionals in today's context, and she talked about not only the technical knowledge and the know-how, but it's also the soft skills. You know, how you present yourself, how do you talk, and how you manage people, and also how you manage the task on hand. And she was also sharing with us why know and learn this. Let's just see if Dr. Seha is already back with us. If she's not back with us, maybe we can go back to the next question. Maybe we can go first to Puan Khalida. Puan Khalida, are you ready? Are you okay with us? Are you here with us?
Yes, yes. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, Tara.
Like
Yeah.
Dr. Seha, Prof. Khalida, like what Dr. Seha was saying, about developing business professionals, and it's important for students to learn all this. What are some of the elements and practices by UNIRAZAK, the university, to help students become more developed and become business-ready professionals? How do we make them business-ready professionals here at the university?
Okay. Most of our programs are actually recognized by professional bodies. And then, for example, like our BBA program, the graduates will actually earn a level 5 certificate from Chartered Management Institute of UK once they graduate. So after 3 years of work experience, they have the options to fast track as chartered member of CMI of UK, where in this case, they are highly recognized as a management professional worldwide. So in other words, our business graduates will have more options basically, and for them to be recognized in the field equally as others in the global market. Secondly, in our classes, we continuously collaborate with the industry. For example, it's compulsory for all courses to invite industry speakers every semester to share about their experiences, the best practices, and even the latest issues and challenges that they're facing in the industry. So besides that, we also have sometimes industry experts. We call them to evaluate students' proposals through mentoring, basically from scratch to full proposal pitch level. And some of us also work on, example, like experiential learning projects in classes, where students actually work with businesses, either as consultants or develop proposals for specific projects for the whole business. So sometimes we also call industry instructors who teach us our elective courses in the final year. And this is to ensure that actually our graduates, once they leave the university, they are industry ready. So this is done through some of our industry collaborations at UNIRAZAK, which I will share a little bit later.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Prof. And talking about industry experts, you said that we invite them, to give lectures, to evaluate students, and also to mentor and also teach the final year courses. How does the student take it? Do they get frightened? Do they get freaked out? Do they think that it is too hard for them? Because a lot of students they just think it's about book studying and preparing through the books. So with this industry expert come in, how do they react to them?
Well, it can be stressful at times, especially if they are being evaluated by the experts from the industry, and then they can be tough and they challenge the students a lot. But at the end, I believe that's what they should be preparing themselves for, because you can't wait until like the last after you graduate and you start thinking, okay, how do I go about approaching the industry? So if you're being tested and being evaluated and being commented, and these are actually real feedbacks from those who are already there in the market and who's going to be probably your superiors. And so these are the things that you expect to get when you are in the job markets.
Yeah, thank you so much. So means that we are really trying to give them, realistic hands-on experiences. Sometimes waiting for the internship might just be too late, right? So having an industry
Correct,
expert
correct.
sharing, is
Correct.
definitely a good point. Maybe we can go back to Dr. Seha just now because we missed the last part where you're telling us about, why is it important for students to learn and to know about, developing your business, being a business professional. Maybe you want to share a little bit more points or if anything else?
Sorry, I was stuck a little bit just now because of the internet connection. So yeah, so going back to the second question just now, I think of course because at the end of the day, the students, once they graduate, they will get a job. They will, which will provide them new challenges, new opportunities. So I believe that if they are committed with what they are doing during their university life, I'm sure they will succeed once they enter into their career world. And I believe both are very important. The qualities, the way they carry themselves, as well as the qualification. So the qualification is for them to enter into the industry, and the qualities is actually the representations of what they are capable of. So it's actually about themselves as a person and how they fulfill and shape a particular roles. So for example, if they are being employed as a sales manager, they really take up the role as an opportunity for them to grow themselves, not just carry out the work because they will get the salary at the end of the month. So I would say that professionalism is an identity and something that is embodied in ourselves. So for example, if they have been given some work, they will make sure that they will not only give 100%, but 200%, or maybe more than that. So this is what I believe professionalism is. I believe that the university or colleges is actually a useful platform or arena to develop some of these necessary skill, which will provide, opportunities for the student to explore and also develop some of these abilities.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr.
So,
Seha.
yep.
Yes. So I have a follow-up question to that, because you said that,
Mm,
who they are as a business professional is their identity because when they start
yeah.
working and when they're given a task or they're given a challenge, they should
Mm-hmm.
not fall, not break, because nowadays we have a
Yeah.
lot of terms calling the young people, calling the millennials. We have terms like snowflakes, strawberry, things like that,
Mm-hmm.
right? Very soft. You touch them and they break away, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Mm-mm.
what do you say to people who actually label young people like snowflakes and strawberry? What can you tell them about the personality of these people? Are the generation now easily broken? Do they get frightened a little bit of challenge with a bit of challenge?
I think it's more about how they are being raised up as an individual or as persons.
Mm,
So I think when the parents raise up them very well, so I believe that the students or the graduates will have what they call a good quality to become business professionals. So I think
mm,
it's more to their identity rather than the qualification itself.
yeah. All right.
The way they
Definitely.
carry
And all
themselves, the way they talk, the way they behave.
definitely. And also as a
Yeah.
teacher myself at UNIRAZA, I've also seen students where with a little bit of challenge, they get either freaked out a little bit, but there's also those who really take on the challenge. But
Yeah, yeah. So
as
you
like
can see.
yeah, so like Puan Khalida, you're also nodding your head, right? You've seen people, students like that?
Yeah, some are like that. But you expect that the good ones will normally take the challenge. They feel that because they eventually have to do. I mean, as like I've told students, like the years that you are in the university, this is where you actually develop yourself, because you can't
Mm.
wait to the last minute. Yep.
Yes,
So it has
definitely.
to be done that way.
All right, thank you so much. All right, let's go to Mr. Mukmin. Mr. Mukmin, who is currently our student here at UNIRAZAK. He is a third semester student. But also to our viewers out there, Mukmin is also a working adult, right? I hope you don't mind me sharing this information that you're also a working adult. So as you are currently studying a business program and working, how has the program changed you as a student, and also, I mean, changed the way you think, changed the way you also as a working adult, the way you focus and the way you challenge yourself at your workplace. Uh, has your boss seen any changes in you? Have you said that, oh, Mukmin is getting better now since he started his degree?
When I was on my final year during my diploma, I used to work as an intern at UNIRAZAK. That was back in 5 years ago, on our old campus at Jalan Tangsi. After I finished my intern period at UNIRAZAK, I'm getting offered to work as a contract staff. I used to be a shy person and have a fear to talk in the public. There is one day I had like a discussion with my father that was on my first year working. I tell him that I won't stay longer, but my father steadily said that to come and try to cope with the work. It is on your learning process. As time goes by, a year after year, I succeed to improve my soft skills such as ability to plan, organize, prioritize work, make decisions, and solve problems. Also to learn and accept from criticism. Personally, working at UNIRAZAK improved my career progression. My main strength is flexibility and adaptability. In today's world, a job description is very fluid and can change shape at any time. An employee that is willing to work under a multitude of changing circumstances is highly sought after. For my opinion, being able to adapt from one working environment to the next, or even from one type of assignment to another, is a big advantage. It demonstrates the individual commitment to the organization and will influence their career progression. As an employee, my first priority is to give the best student experience with the students, helping them, assist them, and solving their problems at any time.
Ah, thank you. Thank you so much, Mukmin. It's very nice to hear thoughts and opinions from both perspective, from a student and also from a staff. Because as a staff in UNIRAZA, you say that you want to ensure that students have a good experience and their journey in UNIRAZA is exciting and also uh, worthy of their time. All right, so maybe we can go on to the next question. But before that, I would like to remind our viewers out there, whether you're on Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, please drop us a comment. Please ask questions. Just say hi or just wave. It's also be nice to see you. We definitely don't want to be lonely here. We love to have an audience interaction. Let's go on to our next question. Our next question, this is for Dr. Seha. Dr. Seha, can you tell us what are the advantages of studying a business degree? Because there are so many degrees out there. I do not personally know what's the number of the degrees available in Malaysia or in the world, but I assume it's by the thousands, right? But why a business degree?
Yeah.
Are there demands for students to have a business degree, especially a business with business professional skills? And by going through this business degree, how far, what extent does it prepare them for the working environment? Because from what we've heard just now from Prof. Kalita, we have industry experts, but that is just maybe one class or one session or just maybe one subject, But how does studying a business degree prepare them for the work environment, And why is a degree important? Dr.
So yeah, I mean for everyone's informations, if the students enroll into our programs like BBM, Bachelor of Business Management Entrepreneurship, BBA, Bachelor of Business Administration, Islamic Banking and Finance, BBA IFP, BBA Honors or General, once they graduate, they will be awarded with level 5 CMI certificate, which is from Chartered Management Institute. So there is no need to take extra exam or coursework to achieve the CMI level 5 certificate, because everything is embedded into all of these coursework. Yeah? I would like, I mean, embedded into all of the programs. So I would like to welcome everyone's out there, or the potential student out there, to take advantage or grab this opportunity to study in UNIRAZA, because they can actually get two in one. Not only our BBM or BBA degree, but also CMI level 5 certificates, which I believe that the student will have the opportunity to participate, because like in UNIRAZA also, I think the student will have the opportunity to participate or join our Toastmaster club. That is also another way which I believe it will benefit them quite a lot. For your information, our Toastmaster ranked number 3 in the world, which has been sponsored by Noah Foundations, and there will be a lots of interesting activities that will be conducted by this club. So this is quite a few, I would say, quite a few advantages of why studying a degree in UNIRAZAK is actually encourageable. And there will be we also have quite what do you call we are quite active in volunteerism, and as of now we have about 57 activities on volunteerism itself. But due to MCO, I think they are more shifting towards crowdfunding. So that is what I heard from the student experience departments. So, but
Thank you.
yeah, but we have quite a numbers. And are you talking about just now? Are you asking about like, is there any demands of having graduate students with business professional skills? And
Yes, yes.
so I think in terms of the career opportunities, once the students have these qualifications, our BBM or BBA, together with CMI level 5, I'm sure it will equip them for a rewarding career in any area of the business and management, like from sales, from marketing to HR and operation, you name it. Because most importantly, I think they will have the potential to get rapid promotions to senior positions, like they will hold the manager positions. So maybe they could become operation manager, they could become business analyst, business development manager, sales manager, marketing manager, or the list is endless. So there are many options of career opportunities I think they can embark on. And some even have gone on to use the skills and entrepreneur spirit they gained during their degree to set up their own businesses after they graduate. So this is when the student have passion in business, they can actually open up their business. And then I think the benefits that the student will have at the end of the day is that once they are being awarded of our BBA program or BBA entrepreneurship, as well as the Chartered Management Institute CMI level 5 certificates, they will be recognized from potential employers that they are suited for senior roles, and they will get rapid promotions. So this certificate, I think, could become a benchmark qualifications for full CMI memberships and takes them a step towards becoming a chartered manager, hopefully one day.
Yeah, that's interesting because we are well. Like it's very interesting that you said that when the students graduate, they're looking into a senior position, managerial position, because a lot of fear from students and also fear from parents who have spent so much money on our students' education is that they start at the bottom, doing
Yeah.
clerical work, or doing administrative work.
Mm-mm.
But actually, they are prepared to do managerial work, prepared to take on more
Yeah.
challenges
Mm-mm.
and bigger
Mm-hmm.
responsibilities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe now we can go to Puan Kalida. Puan Kalida, could you share with us how do you think we can make students market ready? And what is UNIRAZA doing to make sure that the students are market ready? Like because Prof. Seha was saying that we have the professional papers, and we also have the soft skills. Is there anything else from your personal experience and from the way that you conduct your classes? How do you make them market ready?
I think the emphasis is more towards what you call this experiential learning in classes. There has been a lot of emphasis on that. The management has been very supportive of that. For example, like through 3 years, I've actually worked with my students, and I've actually worked with a theatre project. From Masakini Theatre, and then we've worked with what do you call this, a rap platform called Budak Belakang, and also recently I've worked with one sci-fi story telling what do you call this, platform called Unity Macroverse. So we have diverse experiences that we've actually shared with students, and they are actually working with these professionals out there, uh, learning about their products, learning about the challenges that they are facing, and then work with them, coming out with proposals, which is can be challenging for them. It is not easy. For example, when you propose something, and sometimes you've been rejected because they will tell you that we have done that before, so tell us what we should do that would be different and would be accepted by the ones that we are targeting at. So these are the things that we prepare for the students to be ready as business professionals. And then, of course, we also have, for example, programs that are actually related with, for example, like sales management in our BBA program. These are actually taught for final years programs or courses, for example, is being taught by business professionals that are sharing their experiences with the students. And then they get us, they get them ready for some of this internship that are very special, which is being conducted by Zubeidi, for example. They've got a long 20 years of experience in the industry. And so they're actually sharing it with the students. Yep, that's about it that I would like to
All
share.
right, thank you. Thank you, Prof. So the industry connection is something that we are very proud of here at UNIRAZA because it really is a catalyst, of developing students' potential and also making them professionals in their future and also whatever field that they choose from. We have a question here. I will read out the question. We can either Prof. Seha or Prof. Khalida, could be either one of you will answer the question, but let me read the question out. And I also want to see if our technical team can put the question out for the viewers to read the question. If not, I will read the question first. Okay, so the question here is, all universities do the same thing. They teach and graduate students. But how does UNIRAZA and its programs be a catalyst of development in the business sphere? Okay, so that our question there. Thank you so much. All universities do the same thing, teach and graduate students. But how does UNIRAZA and its program be a catalyst of development in the business sphere? Okay, for development. So means maybe Prof. Seha or Prof. Khalida, any one of you would be interested in the question?
Yeah, so again, I think going back to the questions, yeah, almost, I think all these universities will have similar programs, similar, I would say, contents. But I think, again, the lecturer also have to make it interesting for the student to grab the knowledge. And the students also have to, what do you call, get the knowledge as much possible. And I think the way we conduct programs sometimes, uh, more or less is the same, but I think the way the lecturer actually deliver the lecture or the content itself to the students. And I think we also have other, like, as I mentioned just now, like Toastmaster Club, which is ranked number 3 in the world. And also we have like volunteerism activities, and these are some of the activities that will actually capture students interest to participate and make sure that they will have an active participation, so they will get more knowledge or active participation so that they can actually improve themselves as an individual or persons. Is that
All right,
answering
thank
the
you.
questions?
Yes, yeah, thank you, Prof. Thank you, Dr. Seha. Prof. Khalida, do you have anything you want to share with us about how UNIRAZA's program can be a catalyst for development in the business sphere?
Yeah, I think one of the things I would like to touch on is on the volunteerism, because the idea was to build up humility among the students and to understand what are the issues that people out there are actually facing in the real environment. So in other words, if they were to be the business professional, to actually they wouldn't be shy or wouldn't be embarrassed to go out there in the field to actually understand what are the issues that the public are facing, and therefore when they were to manage organizations, they will be able to manage it well, looking into the people that they have with them and to have better understanding. Okay, and the other one is, of course, the Toastmasters. That one is to develop the communication skills, and you can see the improvements that the students has. I've got one which which I this person started, and you can see that how much this student has actually improved in terms of not just the language but also in terms of the communication skills that this person has as he actually goes through this particular club. So you can see how the students actually are able to build up themselves within the 3 years. So not just in terms of the characteristics, but also the skills that are actually needed in the industry. These are industry
All right.
relevant. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So, we are, talking about dishing out a little bit of a humble pie to students, because sometimes we do hear of students graduating and then they demand exorbitant salary, 7, 8,000 ringgit because they feel I have a degree, I deserve it, I should be a senior manager because I've studied all these courses, I've done all this professional certificate, I deserve it. But like like what both of you said, going for doing community service courses will actually teach them humility, make them turun padang and learn what's really happening in community and also becoming a catalyst of change. Right, so that's very interesting. Maybe now we can go to Mukmin. Mukmin, so your bachelor degree program, you're in your third semester right now. Are you enjoying yourself so far?
Yes, I really enjoy my study on my degree so far because in my experience, motivation plays as important role to achieve our goal. When I was doing my diploma, I did not have a chance to come for my graduation because I really busy on focus on my working. Last year, 2 months before I am getting married, I met Afif, our sales marketing staff. I am asking him the details for the Bachelor in Business Administration program. Also, how much the fees for the course. Personally, I really want to continue my study for better future. And also, this is the only chance for me to increase my salary or getting promoted. This is what you can say, sedikit sebanyak can improve my lifestyle to getting better. The real dilemma is when my program is offered on November intake, and that was last year. God bless, I got a good support from my wife, and she wanted to see me taking the degree certificate on my convocation. So there is when the motivation comes. The biggest challenge is that working while studying is not easy, but trust me, it is possible. As a student, if we manage to if we manage our time to study, uh, uh, we uh, we definitely can score A's in the exam. What am I really shocked while studying degree is as a working adult is the student is really outstanding. Uh, the bonding for working adult is very good. The lecturers are really helpful. They are very friendly and assist student what you need. For me, this is the best student experience that I had as a working adult. My main goal is to continue is to majoring in digital marketing. Digital marketing is a domain which has a lot of opportunities for everyone. In today's digital world, we all are aware of online marketing. It is a field which is ever evolving. There are always new things to learn in this area. In recent years, digital marketing proved itself as a very vast domain. In this competitive world, there are so many courses to join, but then digital marketing is one of my chosen. For me, it is a great career choice. The scope is really high. It does not limit you to one particular job role. Even reputed companies such as Google, Twitter, and Facebook offer a wide range of job opportunities. It is assumed that there are a lot of jobs to be provided by 2025. So it is up to you what you're going to choose to set up a career in digital marketing. There is a great demand for digital marketers and experts in digital marketing. New online job profiles are confirmed regularly for different organizations and enterprise. So that's all for me.
All right, thank you, Mukmin. Right, thank you. It's good. It's so good to hear that you are so motivated and you are so excited about your course and your journey here at UNIRAZAK. And also, congratulations on getting married and
Thank you so
studying at the same
much.
time. Of course, yes.
So
I would just like,
it
yes,
no, no, it's
sorry.
okay.
Okay. I would just also like to maybe comment that because you're only in your third semester, means that you probably studied face to face only the first 2 semesters, and the last semester is online, fully online because of the pandemic that we're facing right now. Uh, do you feel which do you prefer? Do you prefer studying face to face, or do you prefer studying online on your own at home?
Okay. I think for my opinions, I think the best student experience for students to learn is by face to face. But no doubt, because now we are adapt with the new normal. So with the new normal, when last time as a student we come to the campus on Saturday, then we meet our friend and we meet our lecturers. We have a face-to-face interaction with the lecturers. So that one is the pre-COVID, pre-COVID. So after post-COVID, we are more now we are studying in an online platform, which is we have a URAX, which is very friendly, it's a very powerful. So you can get all the modules, we can submit our assignment online. So there is no there is no rush. So lecturers also is very helpful. They they give good marks to students. So we are really, because as a working adults, we are quite busy with working. So on the weekdays, we are really full packed with meetings and work, and we only have one day on Saturday to join our classes. So every week we learn for one chapter, and we need to do a revise for what we learn from the current week.
Right, thank you. That's interesting. Yes, of course, the new normal has totally changed the way we live our life, the way we teach, the way we learn, the way we study. Maybe the next question we can go to Juan Khalida, but I don't think there's any question from our viewers yet, but we can go to Juan Khalida for a question. So look at there are lots of vacancies for positions, Um, do you think these would interest students? What I mean by menial position means they just do. It's not menial, but what I mean is that it's like a starting point of their career, doing basic sales, doing basic administration, doing support service, maybe in call centers, things like that. I think students are interested in this kind of jobs, and what specifics are companies looking for when they start the hiring process? How can students prepare themselves for the hiring process?
Oh yeah, that's interesting because yeah, when it comes to somewhat what like you mentioned, the menial jobs, this is something that I guess students have to adjust, especially in the current situation where you have a lot of unemployed. The first thing is that you have to ask, what do you have in you, in that will enable you to get that job that you want. And of course, one of the things that you have to do is to be able to have that work experience and skills before you go at certain level of what do you call this in the organization. So even if you do menial jobs, for example, like and I've seen this before in some organizations when we send our students for internship, for example, and they will make you do basics like photostating. And I always inform students, for example, you may see that as basic, but do you know that by photostating, they are actually testing you on something. Basically, probably your meticulousness in terms of the way you arrange the documents, in terms of how you actually do the filings, and even from photostating itself, you can actually understand the whole organization's process. So you have to look beyond what is in front of you to understand why do people make you do things like that. And of course, most organizations, especially entry jobs, you can see the ones which are highly demanded is probably sales. And I always tell students, if you have to do sales, go ahead, take the challenge. Because when you do sales, I know it's very hard when you are outside there. Sometimes you have to be in front of the public in a very hot temperature sometimes, and people just ignore you. But these are the things that you learn actually. This is the process of understanding people, because that is very important at every level of organization. A human, what do you call this? Understanding humans is the most challenging actually skills to develop. It takes some time.
Right. Thank you. Thank you
So
so much.
yeah, yeah. So basically, just go ahead and try it out.
Definitely. So, and talking about just trying it out and taking the challenge, do you think that companies, they actually say, oh, okay, even though this person has got a degree, a basic degree, but I cannot trust that they are actually equipped? Do you think a lot of companies out there say that, or actually do companies hold a certain regard to a certain degree coupled with a professional certification? Either Prof. Khalida or Prof. Sihal could answer that question.
Maybe Siha, you want to answer that question?
Yeah,
Sorry
Dr.
again,
Sehat?
Tara. What's your questions?
I'm sorry, I was just saying that is it true, or is that what's happening when companies hire a young fresh graduate? They just look at the degree and says, oh, they have a bachelor's degree. It doesn't really mean anything because it's all
I
just
think
theory.
it
You know, It's-
depends on the company. Some of the company they will look at even their CGPA. If they got higher CGPA, they will employ. And that is, I think, during the interview, they will actually look at the way they carry themselves, the way they talk, the way they dress. But I think there are maybe those companies who are just looking at what degree that they have. So I think it depends on whether the company is stable or the company is has established for quite some time. So I think it depends on so many aspects or factors.
okay, all right. So that's interesting. And following up to that question, how can we encourage students to gain, how can we encourage them become valuable members of an organization? Because once they enter into the door, one step in, during internship, let's say, or maybe this is just their own probation for 3 months. How do they become valuable member of an organization? What do you advise to them?
So
Yeah.
my tips will be again there are so many tips that we can actually bring or maybe tell the students, but I think it's more about the professionalism, as I mentioned just now, like how they committed to improve themselves and how they carry themselves, which is also underpinned by the values, by the attitude such as respect, trust, equality. And I'm sure that this is what they learn during their university life, and this is what needed by the student, that they need to respect elderly, they need to respect their lecturers who had actually given them such knowledge. And even during MCO, they have to sit for their final exam, which is online, totally online. And they have to be honest. They need to have an integrity by not cheating, by not plagiarize the answers. So I think it also comes together with passions and enjoyment. So if they are passionate with what they are doing, if they are happy with what they are doing, inshallah, I think they will be an excellent candidate to any potential employer and they will succeed anywhere they go. So even if, let's say, the employer send them to any country also, I think they will survive.
Okay, all right. So thank you, Prof. We have a second question here. Second question here is, let me read the question out. It can be either, any one of you can answer this question, I think. Keeping up with the industry, with industry changes is hard and costly. So what does UNIRAZA and its program do to dictate industry changes? So industry changes happen, we cannot stop it. So what has the university do, or what has to do to make sure that we keep up with these changes? Anybody would like to answer that question?
Okay. Yeah, if I could, probably, for example, like we work on continuous improvement. For example, we develop programs that are actually industry related. For example, our BBA programs will have specialization in like digital marketing, social media, and business analytics. These are popular programs that, and you can see this is highly needed programs because, for example, and you look at the effects of pandemic, there's a lot of demand for e-businesses, people who has got more knowledge, consumers are changing and they are buying online much more than before. So we also have to keep up with these changes that is happening. And of course, we have to work with the industry. That's why we have collaboration, for example, with Chamron, who's well known internationally when it comes to digital marketing. So they actually coming in as instructors in classrooms, sharing their knowledge, sharing their experiences, so that the students will be industry ready. That's one.
Right. Thank you, Prof. Dr. Seha, you wanted to say something just now?
No.
No, that's okay.
That's
All
okay.
right, all right. Okay, so that's very interesting because in new subjects, such as what you said, digital marketing and social media, we have to keep up with times. I was just reading the newspaper, not newspaper, which I'll read the news online because people don't read the newspaper anymore, anyways. I was reading the news, and it says that there is this young couple who went on a Valentine's date on a picnic, and then they got this idea to actually start a picnic rental service. And it's actually picking up really, really well, their business. Of course, now with the current pandemic, it's a bit slowed down, but learning new skills, finding opportunities in moments or life experiences really can make a change for someone. And especially if they have the right background, the right educational background, it can actually support them. Oh, we have another question here. This will be our third question. What does UNIRAZA and its program do to ensure that business theories, practices, and implications are taught coherently? Very interesting question. What does UNIRAZA and its program do to ensure that business theories, practices, and implications are taught coherently? Dr. Seha or
Um,
Prof. Khalida?
yeah, so I think
Yeah,
this is
Dr. Seha?
what has been mentioned by Assistant Professor Khalida just now, that we have lots of collaboration with outside parties or external parties like Chamrons, whereby they are experts in delivering digital marketing. And then we also have maybe coming collaboration with Arizona universities. So these are the things that I would say it would somehow we try to cope up with what is needed outside or in the industry. So whatever the in things I mean in the market, so normally we try to cope up with that, so that we try to ensure that our students are ready for the industry.
Definitely. So someone says hello to Puan Khalida and Dr. Seha. Is it your student?
You know, it's
He
different. They
said
look different. Waalaikumsalam.
they look different.
So anyway, if I could add, Tara, to what Siha mentioned, for example, in classes, when they learn, for example, entrepreneurship or marketing, where they actually have to develop the marketing plan or business plan, and they actually have to really implement those plans that they have actually prepared. So it's not just up to the plan. So what actually happened is that when they implement those plans, they will start seeing whether their sales are actually there, or do they fail to sell. So then after that, they got to go back and reflect on this. What actually has happened? Why am I not selling? And why what do you call this? My products are selling very well. So these are the things that happen in our classrooms. And then now with the pandemic, okay, thank you very much for whoever is giving that. So anyway, so when we have the pandemic, we go into these online platforms. Like for example, students in retail management has to sell on Shopee, or they some of them have to sell on Airbnb experience online. So you know, it's still being practiced, so they're learning this trial, they're getting these trial and errors from the classroom. So it's not just at the end of the final year. So this is how it is being built up, like not just theories but also going into the real environment. But don't forget that theories are also from observation and research of the real environment, so it's still applicable. And it makes it
Thank
easier
you.
for business graduates when they learn these theories, that for them to leapfrog in making decisions, as compared to someone who is never exposed to business courses. It takes a longer time for them if they don't have this knowledge.
Thank you, Puan Khalida. Yes, definitely. Theories come from observation. It definitely comes from somewhere. It's not like someone plucked it from thin air. And like what you said just now, these experiences that they learn, it's lifelong. Actually, it's lifelong, because you never know when they start working for 10 years, and then after that they said, you know what, I want to do something else, and they already have a basic, they already have a foundation which could really support them into becoming who they are in their career. We have left Mr. Mukmin all quiet and alone. Let's join him back in the conversation. So, Mr. Mukmin, you have another, I think, at least 2 more years before you graduate, right?
Yes.
I don't want to sound like a job. I don't want to sound like a job interview or anything. But how do you plan, to shape, or craft your professional position in the next 5 years? Where do you see yourself?
I am very ambitious individual, and I would say I am the type of person to just get stuff done. 5 years down the line, I will have achieved goals for the company as well as personal goals for myself. My career plan for the next 5 years is to push myself to excel in every challenge I am faced with and take on more and more responsibility. I would like to have proven to the management that I have the drive and determination to significantly help the business grow by making some really positive steps forward while building strong relationship with clients and colleagues along the way. I will be delighted if the opportunity of further progression arose. But in order to reach this point, I understand that I will need to successfully fulfill this position first.
Thank you, Mukmin. Yes. So we hope that you will stay with us at UNIRAZAK when you finish and when you graduate, climb up the corporate ladder. Of course, we cannot expect that for all our students to stay with us forever. We have to let them fly, right, and spread their wings.
Yeah.
Uh, we have come to we have come to almost the end of our session. I don't think we have any more questions, but I would like to direct this question to both Dr. Seha and Prof. Khalida. Maybe we can ask Prof. Seha to answer the question first. But now with the new normal, with the pandemic that we are facing in this year 2020, totally unexpected. How has our teaching and learning and facilitation changed? What are the technicalities that has shaped our life, as teachers, and how do we engage with our students? Maybe you can tell us how has this year 2020 changed you as a teacher?
Is it me?
Yes, Dr. Seha,
Okay,
yes.
okay. So I think lots have been going so far, especially with pandemic, COVID-19. So lots have been changing. I mean, even when the governments announced that we have to work from home, I think on 18 March, if I'm not mistaken. So we only have one day to get the trainings to use the online platforms, which is Google Meets. So I think that was okay, although it was like rushing a little bit. But because we have a very good online platform that we're using, UNIRAZA, which I think Cik Mukmi just now has mentioned, we have UROX, UNIRAZA Online Experience. So for real-time classes, we use Google Meet, which is embedded in UROX, and the lecturers can actually upload everything, all the recorded videos, slide notes, tutorial, tests, and etc. And etc. So this is like all in one online course platform, which I think is very user-friendly. And I believe the student will have no issue to come back and play the video as much as they can, even when they have limited access to the internet, or if they have any health issue, they still can come back and play the video. But of course, I'm having the same problems like any other lecturers too, in which I was struggling to get the students to take part, to respond or interact with me, or interact with their classmates. So this is the struggles that we are facing, or maybe I face.
All right, thank you. Yes, Prof. Khalida, how about you?
Okay, I just feel lucky that I'm getting used to being on video cam, which I never was comfortable before. And then when the pandemic started, I'm already very comfortable with it. And imagine that the students are looking at you and then focusing on you. So it could be very challenging actually, but eventually I'm able to overcome that as time goes along. But one of the things that I actually found that is there's a very good opportunity with this online teaching and learning is that I can actually get the help of the industry experts into my classroom, even in a very short notice. And I've got them coming in because if you were to invite them in the real classroom setup, sometimes they felt that they have to travel all the way to join the class and then listen to the students. So now I've actually invited people from the banking sectors. I've invited people, the entrepreneurs who are very busy, and they can just join and say, okay, just I need like 1 hour of your time just to listen to the students' presentations, and it's done online. And I say, okay, if it's online, there's I don't have to travel and all that, so it's much easier. So there's that positive side of this whole teaching and learning that I am experiencing, and actually I enjoy that these benefits that I'm getting.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So means that you are actually making lemonades out of lemon handed to you.
Sort of.
Yeah, because yeah, that's true. We have opportunities to bring industry expert from around the world. Who says experts only has to be from Malaysia, right? And
Correct.
from I'm sure like both of you, you have so many colleagues around the world who are also in the teaching industry. They would definitely would love to, cross-cultural experiences, teaching from UK, Malaysia, Indonesia, all that. So it's definitely a great opportunity. Let's make lemonades out of it. So, everybody, it seems that we've come to almost the end of our session. I would like to thank all of our speakers here today. Thank you to Assistant Professor Dr. Seh, Assistant Professor Abang Khalida, Mr. Mukmin. It was really kind of you to spend 60 minutes of your time here today on UR TikTok. But before we end, I would like to just highlight a few things for our viewers and our listeners out there. Just a quick reminder, like what you've been seeing for the whole hour down at the banner here below. Our registration date is on 7th November. So if you're interested in finding out more about UNIRAZA and the courses, especially our business program, please go to our website www.unirazak.edu.my. You can also call our number at 03-2789-1599. If you want to talk to someone, you want to communicate with a member of our sales or marketing team, you can also visit us during our UNIRAZA virtual open day, where we will have live consultation with you which has started already, 30th October until the 6th of November. And remember, registration day, the last day registration is the 7th of November. So, and also a quick sharing with all of you. If you're worried about maybe finance, how to finance your education, uh, there is the Mara TESP convertible loan. It's available until 13th November for application. So if you want to find out more information about this Mara TSP convertible loan, please go to their website, www.mara.gov.my, or you can also go to our website, unirazak.edu.my, to find out more information about this loan. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page, our Facebook and Instagram page on My UniRazak. We will definitely love to hear your comments. To all the viewers today who stood by us, who sent the messages, who sent the comments, thank you so much. And we will see you again tomorrow. We have another live session, same time, same place, from 4 to 5 p.m. And it will be another interesting topic with experts and people who would love to share information about current topics. All right. So everybody, my name is Tara, and thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, Dr. Seha. Thank you, Puan Khalida. Thank you, Mr. Mukmin, for your time. And I hope to see you in campus one day. In
Inshallah.
the
Thank you.
yes. In the meantime, please keep a safe distance. Remember to wash your hands. Use soap, not just water, okay? And when you use soap, remember to sing the happy birthday song for 20 seconds, because that's how long it takes to wash away the
Okay.
germs. All right. Okay,
Interesting.
everybody. Yeah. Thank you so much again, and have a great day. Have a great evening, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much,
Thank
Tara.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
Bye-bye.
you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Anton.
Thanks for having
Bye.
us.
Bye.
Bye.